Hello dear chess lovers and chess experts. Grandmaster Sergei Shipov is presenting to you the 5th round of the vacancy round-robin tournament among the 14 grandmasters. Today we will see the battle between Ivanchuk and Carlsen. For now, both of them aren't doing so well, but if Magnus has the problem time and time again of not realizing a big advantage, then Vasily is much worse off. He blunders, lets the flag drop, plays very unsteadily, and loses every other time. Well, this game should be very interesting. The Rye Lopez. In the last 5 to 10 years, this opening has become one of the most dependable ones for black. Some elite players, like Aragnan, for example, sit in the bastion without coming up, and not knowing any fear. For a long time, it has been known that the win of the pawn bishop takes c4 here, instead of bishop a4, carries a temporary advantage because of the move queen d4 right here. So bishop a4. It's time. Already threatened the trade on c6 with a later capture on e5. Winning back the pawn e4 won't be possible for black. The modern players, as a rule, castle with the pawn on d7. It's always pleasant to scare the opponent with Marshall's counterattack, even if you're planning to play another, more calm variation. Vasily isn't scared of anything, and Magnus isn't either, but still he didn't risk jumping into theoretical swamps with the move 8 d5. But not every smart move saves from the hardest exam on theory of the variation, and the Rye Lopez is studied deep in all variations. A classic prophylactic move. Wow, forgive me my extra emotions. I simply, am so used to main variations that I've already commented on 100 times that when you see a fresh new move, the jaw drops. On the other hand, this move has been known for a while. The statistics of the move a5 has long-time blunders. Looks like the theory was unfavorable. In the past few years, this move again became popular. Black is threatening to push out the dangerous light-squared bishop from the perspective diagonal with the move a4. Put in practice by Smyslov. Black is modestly developing the bishop, his main problem not to be in the way of the other pieces, and of course supporting the pawn b5. Judging from everything Ivanchuk knows about the current theory, though it's unlikely that he prepared the variation in the morning before the game. Black is ready to the next actions on the queen side. Looks like a novelty. After some doubts, Carlsen again led the knight to the back of the camp. Of course, the square a7 is a temporary station. It's necessary for black to quickly regroup the pieces and play the breakthrough c6. For now, white didn't completely take over the initiative. A difficult, concrete play is starting, and the time doesn't surprise me. Ivanchuk has an hour and 12 minutes, Carlsen has an hour and 44. All the time while Vasily was thinking, I studied this exact sharp move. White is immediately tightening up. A surprisingly quick reaction, like a shot in table tennis. Impressive. Looks like Magnus is bringing up the square b8 for the queen. From here, there's the question, was the move number 12, rook b8, good? Wasn't the standard queen b8 better? I thought the pawn sacrifice c6 instead of rook a8 would have fit the Norwegian's wild temperament, but then again, sacrificing someone else's pawns is easier than your own. In the case of here playing c takes b5, black really would have been getting a strong initiative for the pawn, and the modest move bishop d2 also should have been looked at. But bishop e3, that's the minus of developing the bishop to e3. Black is taking away the pawn pressure, leaving the c vertical, where there's the behind pawn c5, closed. The door closed, and the key turned in the lock. The queen's side is locked solid. Now all the hope is on the other half of the board. It's possible that with time the opponents will prepare the breakthroughs f4 or f5 respectively. The situation looks roughly equal. Storm in the middle of a bright day. Carlsen can't wait to start fighting, but honestly speaking, with the knight on a7, such a venture is really any good. Black, of course, is winning back the piece, but in the later complications, the coordination of the white army should prove its advantage. I think that 99 out of 100 chess players would have played knight c8 here instead of knight takes e4 first, so to put the knight on b6 and then methodically prepare the bombing of the king's side. The last, 100th player, became Carlsen, but then again, judging from the rating list, on the contrary, he's the first, and us, regular chess players, after him. Ivanchuk didn't need a lot of time to take control of himself. A surprise of an answer. It looks like Vasily is planning to put the queen side knight on d2. A reasonable question. What is the queen doing on h5? I like the answer queen e8 instead of bishop e8 better. In the ending, black will put the bishop on g6, the knight on b6, though that's unlikely to lead to a real step away from equality. And a draw. Looks like the opponent simply got tired of the emotions. Objectively, the final position is almost equal. There aren't many possibilities for either side for attack. Upon exiting from the opening, the battle was interesting and new, and the blow with the knight on e4 became the icing on the cake. Well, the dessert ended up being quite delicious. I thank Vasily and Magnus for creative play. On this note, I, Grandmaster Shipov, am finishing my report. Best of everything, and see you tomorrow.